Are you the person who thinks about the school form no one has remembered, or the person that anticipates that at this rate the fridge will be empty by Wednesday, or the shoes that no longer fit your little one, or the appointment that still has to be booked? None of these looks like work yet, but someone is already anticipating it, thinking about it, and executing it mentally. And very often, although not always, that someone is a woman. This is the invisible tax women pay, not only doing more, but being made responsible for noticing what life will need before anyone else has to think about it. Hi, I'm Thierry, a PhD candidate on the sociology of time and self-appointed time activist. And in this episode, we're looking at why women don't only lose time by doing more, but also by being expected to hold everyday life together. Stay with me to find out more. When we talk about gender and time, we usually begin with unpaid labor, and that is the right place to begin because the numbers remain stubbornly clear. In Australia's 2024 Time Use Survey, females spend 4 hours and 53 minutes per day on unpaid work, compared with 3 hours and 52 minutes for males. Females were also more likely to report feeling rushed or pressed for time, and they spend less time on free time activities. The last point is important because time inequality is not only about who does more work, it is also about who has less time left for recovery, for pleasure, for thought, for solitude, for boredom, or for the rare and precious human experience of sitting down without immediately remembering 17 things at once. Globally, the pattern is even more obvious. UN Women estimates that women do around 2.5 times as much unpaid care work as men. So this is not simply the story of one unfair household, one disorganized couple, or one woman who has failed to discover the perfect color-coded planner. The pattern is structural. But even unpaid labor is only the visible layer. It is the part we can name more easily: cooking, cleaning, childcare, shopping, caring for all the relatives, filling in forms, booking appointments, washing clothes, preparing meals, driving people, places, and generally preventing everyday life from collapsing. The harder part to see is the work that happens before the work. For instance, a diary might record that someone spent 30 minutes making dinner, but it may not fully capture who noticed there was not enough food in the house, who remembered what everyone eats, who checked what was about to expire, who thought about the budget, who planned whether there would be leftovers for tomorrow, and who timed the whole thing around school, work, tiredness, preferences, complaints. That hidden layer is often called the mental load or cognitive labor. Sociologist Alison Daminger describes household cognitive labor as involving several stages: anticipating needs, identifying options, making decisions, and monitoring progress. In everyday language, this means that the work is not only doing one thing, it is knowing the thing we'll need doing, working out how it should be done, deciding what happens next, and checking whether it actually happened. And this is where the difference between a task and a responsibility becomes crucial. Buying a child's shoes is a task, but noticing that the shoes are too small, remembering that the school requires black shoes, checking the size, comparing prices, finding time to buy them, returning them if they do not fit, as is the case very often, and making sure that they're ready before the morning when everyone is late and one sock has apparently left the family to pursue independent legal status. That is just not one task. That is a whole temporal system. Very often women are not only expected to do more inside that system, they're expected to hold the system in their heads. They become responsible for what has not happened yet: the appointment not booked, the form not submitted, the food not bought, the birthday not prepared, the emotional crisis not yet visible, the future inconvenience still approaching from the distance. That's why the invisible time tax is not only measured in hours, it's also measured in attention, in anticipation and interruption, and in the constant mental occupation of tomorrow. So what happens with invisible labor is that when it's done well, it disappears. If the form is signed, the medication is collected, the birthday is remembered, the relative is called, the meal is ready, the child is reassured, and the appointment is booked, and the family arrives more or less on time, nothing dramatic happens. There's no visible emergency, no moment of rescue, no heroic scene in which everyone turns around and says, "Thank you for maintaining the infrastructure of our lives." Life simply works. And because life works, the person who made it work can seem as if she has done nothing exceptional at all. This is one of the cruel features of invisible labor. Its success erases its own evidence. And this is why women's time can feel so fragmented, even when from the outside it looks as if they have free time. An hour is not the same kind of hour when it's filled with open loops. You may be answering emails, watching television, trying to study, reading, sitting on the sofa, or theoretically relaxing, while some part of your mind is still running a background program called remember the appointment, reply to the teacher, call your mother, where's the uniform, check the bill, buy the gift, defrost something, book that thing, cancel the other thing. The hour exists, is there, but it's so crowded, and crowded time doesn't feel like free time. And this is why just take time for yourself can feel so frustrating. It's not that women have never heard of rest, it's that rest requires a temporary release from responsibility, and many women are not released from responsibility simply because they sit down. Even rest can become managed. You have to book a class, you have to buy a product, you have to optimize the sleep routine, you have to meal prep or hydrate, you have to stretch and journal and meditate and heal and improve and glow, apparently. Even relaxing now requires admin. And this is important because attention is not an infinite resource. A person may technically have an evening, but if that evening is threaded with reminders, with emotional monitoring of children and under interruption, it's not experienced as an evening that belongs fully to them. It becomes divided time, and divided time has consequences. Divided time affects work because professional life often rewards uninterrupted concentration. It affects creativity because deep thought requires mental space. It affects study because learning needs continuity. It affects health because constant vigilance is exhausting. It affects relationships because resentment grows easily where responsibility is unequal. If women's attention is constantly used as the shock absorber of the household, the workplace, or the family network, then what is being lost is not only time in the present, it's access to the conditions that make future possibilities easier to pursue. So is the answer to women's invisible time tax to simply help more? Not necessarily, although in many cases more equal participation would make a significant difference. The deeper problem is that helping can leave the ownership of responsibility untouched. And what do I mean by that? Well, helping often means that one person remains the manager of the system while another person agrees to carry out delegated tasks. And that can look fairer on the surface while leaving the deeper time tax intact. Because if one person has to notice, has to plan, has to remind, delegate, explain, and check constantly while another person helps when asked, the work has been shared only at the most visible stage. The real burden remains in the same place. And this is why phrases like, just tell me what to do, can be so revealing. They sound cooperative and sometimes they're meant kindly, but they still assume that someone else is responsible for holding the map of everyday life. And holding the map is work, it's a lot of work. The real question is not only who did the task, the real question is who knew the task needed doing before it became urgent? Who felt responsible for the consequences? Who adjusted their time first? Who carried the anxiety of what would happen if it was forgotten? Who monitored whether it had been done properly? Because that is where the inequality often lives, in the gap between activity and responsibility. The invisible time tax has become heavier because modern life itself has become more administrative. Schools use apps, healthcare use portals, work uses platforms, banks, governments, childcare centers, insurers, energy companies, subscriptions, medical services, and travel systems now produce a constant stream of messages, forms, passwords, verification codes, reminders, deadlines, and updates. And then there is a tiny modern horror story: action required. Action required may be one of the defining phrases of contemporary domestic life because so much of this administrative burden flows into households and is absorbed by whoever has already been made responsible for keeping track. And that's one reason Gender equality can look more advanced in public than it feels in private. Women have entered paid work in huge numbers. Many couples believe in equality. Many workplaces have policies, statements, and carefully designed posters about inclusion. But the background systems of care, of planning, of coordination and responsibility have not been reorganized with the same seriousness. So many women are left with a contradictory demand. Participate in paid work as if care responsibilities are not attached to you, while managing care as if paid work has not changed the household. And when exhaustion appears, it is often repackaged as an individual problem. Well, you should use a planner, you should set boundaries, wake up earlier, do yoga, meditate, make a list, put the list in an app, sync the app with another app, become a more efficient manager of the impossible. There is nothing wrong with planning, rest or self-care, obviously, but there is something very revealing about a society that gives women structural overload and then sells them time management. And the cost doesn't stay inside the day. The OECD's 2025 pension analysis reminds us that gender time accumulates across a whole life course. Across OECD countries, women's monthly pensions are around 1/4 lower than men's on average, and those differences are linked to lifetime gaps in earnings, career duration, working hours, and wages. That matters because the invisible time tax can be paid later through interrupted careers, lower earnings, smaller pensions, fewer savings, reduced opportunities, and narrower margin of independence. And that's why the invisible time tax is not a soft issue or just a domestic irritation. It's one of the ways inequality travels through time. So before closing this episode, a quick reflection. As we've seen, the invisible time tax is paid in unpaid labor, but also in attention, anticipation, interruption, postponed ambition, unfinished rest, and the constant work of making other people's tomorrows possible. And of course, this doesn't affect all women in the same way. Class, ethnicity, migration status, disability, age, employment conditions, and access to childcare all matter enormously. Some women can outsource part of this labor to cleaners, to nannies, to aged care workers, to delivery drivers or food services. That may reduce their on-time pressure, but it doesn't make the time tax disappear. Often it transfers it onto other women, especially poorer women, migrant women, or minoritized women whose time is less publicly valued. Because when the time tax is passed from one woman to another, the system remains intact. The burden changes hands, but the underlying message stays the same. The work that keeps life running is still treated as secondary, informal, and worth less. So, what act of resistance do I propose this week? Don't ask yourself, what did I do? Ask yourself, what did I carry? What did I remember? What did I anticipate? What did I prevent? What did I monitor? What did I adjust around? What did I make easier for someone else without anyone noticing? And if you share a household, a workplace, a family, or a life with other people, don't only divide tasks, divide responsibility, share the noticing, share the remembering, share the monitoring, share the anticipating. Because holding the map of everyday life is work. And work doesn't become less real because it's done quietly. So thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your time and I really appreciate you. If you're still here, I'll take that as a small act of temporal resistance in itself. So please subscribe to The Time Activist if you want more essays on time, on power, on gender, on work, on aging, on crisis, and on the strange pace of modern life. So yeah, like the episode, leave a comment if something resonated with you and tell me where you see the invisible time tax showing up in everyday life. Thanks again, and I'll see you when our timelines meet again, hopefully very soon.
I'm not gonna be polite anymore, cause everybody's got bad manners. I'm not gonna make any plans anymore, cause the world